Hey everyone, this is John Robinson from Blueprint. Today is Halloween, October 31st, 2022, and this is a monthly asset allocation update video. As many of you know, we produce this video in conjunction with a longer form written piece that we call the Co-Founder's Note. And in this month's Co-Founder's Note, we talk about how systematic investing processes can act like very repeatable, dependable infrastructure for your business. We also talk about that in conjunction with why we're still defensive and why we still have downtrends in equity markets pursuant to the rules that we follow in our systematic process, and where we've come from since January of this year, and how if the bear market is to persist going forward, how our portfolios might do given how we're positioned now. So how are we positioned now? Well, in terms of the asset allocation changes heading into November, there are no changes. From a U.S. equity perspective, despite the bear market rally we saw in October, the trend hasn't changed. So for U.S. equities, we have downtrends across both timeframes. International equities are still the same. We saw new lows in a couple of foreign developed indexes in October. Emerging remains in a downtrend over the intermediate term and the long term, as does foreign developed. So no change there. No change to real estate. More of the same there. Yes, we've seen a bounce, but not enough to re-engage the trend. On the fixed income side, we still have downtrends, but we didn't see the bounce. So fixed income remains in downtrends, very low duration, tips the same way. And alternatives, as we express that through gold, gold remains in downtrends across both timeframes too. So where is all this exposure going if we're in downtrends in pretty much every asset class that we monitor in our systematic process? Well, it's going into ultra short-term fixed income. So the trend has taken our duration down over the course of over a year now, and we remain very low duration, less than 30 days in our fixed income portfolio as we wait. Right, the investment process has us essentially hiding out there in a capital preservation stance, avoiding down volatility in equities. And when the trends change, we will also change and we'll be decisive in that change. But until then, at least as it stands for the foreseeable future, this is where we'll be asset allocation wise with the majority of the exposure in ultra short-term fixed income. So taking a look at a picture of that, you can see no change. Most of the asset classes, with the exception of U.S. Treasuries, as expressed by ultra short-term bonds, remains well below its baseline exposure, and no change from October heading into November. So what are the key takeaways? Well, it's a repeat of last month, and actually, frankly, many months we've seen in 2022, where equities are in a downtrend across all time frames. That leads us, as we've seen that now for many months, and our processes have recognized that, at least they started recognizing that back in the spring, we remained defensive. So one thing we talk about in the Co-Founder's Note this month is the value of having a predictable process, and how markets, in our view, are not predictable. They might be predictable in one-off situations, but they're not repeatably predictable, which is why we do not predict. We use processes through trend following in a systematic way that react to what is happening. So in the frame of our systematic process being repeatable, consistent infrastructure to your business, it's really valuable, we think insightful, to think about our process, or as you think about our process in conjunction with your business, it being like a utility. Right, you go into the office, you turn the lights on, and you expect the lights to come on. In fact, you don't even think about the idea that they won't come on, but when they don't, you have a problem. So that's very predictable. Well, we feel like our systematic process can provide the same value to your business. Blueprint has a set of rules. It's running those rules with discipline, and you know exactly what those rules are. So not only can you rely on it, and not only is it consistently repeatable, but it's also completely transparent. So you know exactly what's going on. So the process in and of itself is predictable, but the markets or the outcomes are not. And we think that's really important in setting client expectations as you're trying to help them achieve their goals. And we're trying to help you in that effort. So as we head into the fourth quarter and you start having more client engagement, maybe you're having a holiday party, maybe you're planning that right now, how can we help you? What can we do for you? You know, we often say nothing's off the table, and we mean that. So I encourage you to reach out to us, reach out to any one of our team members. You can reach out to me directly. You see my email and phone number there, and you can go to our website, blueprintip.com, to learn more or to find out how to contact us or engage us in a bigger way. So with that, if you're watching this on Halloween, I hope you have a good an enjoyable time tonight. If you have kids, it will probably be fun as always. And we look forward to seeing you here at the end of November. Thank you.